Greetings in the name of the Most High Yah, is King Yediah, aka King Solomon, staying wise in life and in these markets. And today I'm in a live trade on AMD. Today is the 13th of September 2022. It's 10:33 a.m. So it's been like an hour since the market has opened. So let's break down this trade a little bit. Let's see what kind of Camarilla levels we have today. Although it's kind of insignificant right now because of the CPI numbers that came out. So but just for good measure, let's go over that. So we have a lower value relationship with overlapping lower value relationship with R3 today at 85.16. S3 is at 84.13. Previous S3 was around 84.95. And R3 was at 85.96, right? So it's an overlapping lower value relationship, which is like the weakest kind of like positioning of the Camarilla levels for a short, right? So it's moderately bearish, let's say it like that. All right, so at the open here, after the big sell-off and stuff in the market, after the CPI numbers, we had this push down right here. Let's see, that's when the CPI numbers came out, had this big push down. We pushed down past floor pivot S3 and S4. So we opened around like above S4 right there. The floor pivot S4 was at 80.87. So let's see. All right, let's make this bigger. Right, so at the indecision, like I took the breakdown of S4 and pre-market low, entered here at 80.55 or 80.56. When it pulled back up here, we had this rejection. Well, I entered for this rejection here of this pre-market level at around 81.06. When we hit VWAP and pull back, I entered here again at 81.27. So as we push down nicely, I added to the position on the break of 80 at 79.95. So that was a stop limit order. So was anticipating the breakdown of 80, so I put it at 79.96, 95. And at this point here, I took most of it off at 79.45. And let me just show why I did that. So with the US dollar, it was pushing down a little bit. Let me see exactly what time I took that off. At around 10:30, right? Okay. So going over here at 10:30, we had, right, so we had this candle, but this one here was looking like a rejection off of this level right here. This let's see what level. That's like around 13,208. And this is the Dow Jones FXCM dollar index. So it's going to be a little different from your normal Dixie index. This one is a little more comprehensive. It's a little more in tune with the currencies of the world right now. Like the world economics, the Dixie is kind of a little outdated in the way they weight the currencies. So this one is a little more up to date. So the numbers are a little different from the Dixie. But now that well, at that point in time, I was looking at this rejection here and this lower high. So I'm thinking, well, the US dollar is going to probably correct a little bit off of this big push up here from the CPI numbers. You see how bullish that was? So I was thinking this is going to correct a little bit. So I took off some of the shares. Also, I was looking at the VIX right here, all these topping wicks. I was thinking, well, we're going to get a little pullback, so I might as well take off some right there. And also on the Qs and the SPY, well, actually the Qs, we were at like the volume point of control right here. right? So that's the volume point of control. We're breaking that now, but we were at that point at around 299.46, and this is my weekly volume point of control, and this is the 1 hour chart on the Qs and the SPY. So I set my volume point of control to consider the entire week. Let's see here. Hold on. Alright, so the VIX, US dollar, and AMD chart. Alright, so on the AMD 4 hour chart, it was actually right here at if you look at this closely, I think I can make this bigger a little bit. So this is the monthly S3 level that we're breaking right now, which is at is 79.12. And wait, I think I probably took profit there as well. Yeah, so I set my take profit at 79.12, like right at monthly S3, which is, it could be a support level, you know what I'm saying? So I think I'm out of this trade now. I think no, I'm at 79. So let me just do some real quick before we hit 79. Let me just trail my stop down a little more, secure some more profit at around 79.22. That level is like the volume point of control on AMD right here at 79.21. Right, that dotted white line right there, those white dots, that's the volume points of control, and it's close to the monthly S3 level right here. So that's at 79.12. So the next level to consider here is, let's see, if we could come down to like around 78.73. So maybe we might start getting some support around 78.73 or 78.62 at the bottom of these candles right here. I'm thinking this indecision can, let me just clear some up real quick so you can see that a little better. Let me take off the volume point of control. Where are you? Right. Right, so looking for price to start catching some support here at the bottom of these candles right here, and the weekly low is at 77.74. So I don't know if we're gonna get to that today, but market is selling off. CPI is coming in hot, I guess, and I didn't even actually check the CPI numbers. Let me check that real quick. So we came in at 0.6% over the forecast of 0.3%. So let's see. Change in the price of goods and services purchased by consumers, excluding food and energy. Consumer prices account for a majority of overall inflation. Inflation is important to currency valuation because rising prices lead the central bank to raise interest rates out of respect for their inflation containment mandate. So with these rising numbers, they're probably expecting at least 75 basis points, and I think we could actually probably get a surprise of a whole basis point rate hike. So because I'm kind of anticipating that like one of these rate hikes, they're gonna do like a whole basis point. They're gonna do like instead of 75, they're gonna do like 100. And if they do that, you know, the stock market is definitely gonna plummet. The US dollar is gonna spike real hard. So Oh damn! So I hit my take profit. All right. So take profit was hit at 79, 78, 89, and yeah, that's the trade today, man. Um, Started my position around, let's see, top position was 81.25, another one was 81.06, next one was 80.56, took the break of 80 at 79.95, and took off the lion's share at around 79.45 and covered the rest here at 78.89. So that's the trade for today. Using the US dollar and yeah, the US dollar and the VIX as like a gauge of market sentiment. So the VIX is still pumping, so we could still get some movement down on AMD to like these lows right here, which is looking like it's heading to like 78.65 and stuff like that. So yeah, I just like to utilize like these other market parameters like the VIX and the US dollar. The US dollar is very, very important because it's the basis of what the market is about, right? The market isn't really about stocks. Like the stock market isn't about stocks, it's about money. So that's the foundation of it. So expensive money, like a high US dollar, strong US dollar, equals like some balancing of the books, you know. So they need money to buy stocks. So if money is expensive, you gotta understand that they'll buy less stocks. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to borrow money to buy stocks. And if interest rates is rising, it's more expensive to borrow money. So this is something I always consider. Another thing I wanna point out is that I have this this bond market chart as well. I need to get a little more in tune with the bonds, right? Because I'm kind of reviewing Anna Cooling's book, The Complete Forex Guide or something like that. I think it's called, yeah, The Complete Forex Guide or something like that. And she kind of stresses on the bond market. So a lot of chapters is about the bond market and yields and stuff like that, and how it relates to like for example here, this chart down here is the foreign bond market, meaning like foreign countries who hold US bonds, that actually fell a lot. So with rising CPI numbers, those foreign countries actually sold a lot of bonds, right? So but this is the MUB, this is the Muni Bond Etf. This one kind of held up nicely. It didn't sell off too much, and the yield definitely popped up. Like the 10-year, this one popped up. The 5-year didn't really go too crazy, but it still rose. It didn't have like a big candle like the 10-year. The 10-year had like a big bullish candle. You can see it right there. Let me see if I can make that bigger. Right, so you see the bullish candle on the 10-year right there. Right, so yeah, I just want to get a little more familiar with bonds and stuff like that, and how it impacts the market, right? So she was actually explaining how even the bond market is kind of a little more significant than the US dollar, because it's the price of debt. So it's kind of what money is about. It's about borrowing and stuff like that to do business. So I want to get a little more familiar with the bond market and see how it kind of correlates. The main thesis she was trying to show is like rising bonds equal like a falling stock market, right? But some of it is like with the quantitative easing and the Fed's kind of in the bond market heavy, it kind of got like a little tainted, you know. So you might see like bonds rising with the stocks and stuff like that, when it's supposed to be more of like a safe haven kind of market, where if it's a risk off kind of situation in the stock market, the bond's supposed to be rising. So these guys are going over in the bond market to secure their money. But a lot of times now you're seeing the bond market rise with the stock market. So, maybe it's a little out of sync right now, but maybe it'll fall back into play because, with COVID and quantitative easing and stimulus and all that kind of stuff, and the Fed was buying bonds, it's just like it's not a free market anymore. It's just it's kind of more tainted with federal money. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Yeah, everything looked like it's still selling off. The VIX is kind of still strong right there. Let's see, AMD heading down to the lows right now. All right, yeah. All right, y'all, it's King Yedaya, aka King Solomon, staying wise in life and in these markets. Trying to show like all these criterias I'm looking at while I'm making these trades and why I make certain decisions and stuff like that, and hopefully it's helpful to maybe new traders, even more experienced traders might want to implement certain things in their strategy as well. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all, trade safe and stay blessed.